Dreams USA Artist Spotlight Show. And again, apologies for we had a little bit of a technical issue, but we wanted to call it. Give these guys, they've done such a great job on the interview. We're going to give them like the first break of the evening. And again, we're being brought to you by Blue Shamrock Music. Mr. Stephen Brady, it's your friend Russell K. It's great to be here with you. So we're going to pick off where we left off. We were actually discussing the songs. Again, we got Clive and we got Gary from Bohemian Rogue. They're with us here this evening, and we can't thank them enough for taking time out. And what a fun interview it's been. It's been a bless. I mean, I got to have these guys back on my show. These guys are fun. So
Gary tells some terrible, awful jokes some of our gigs, so you don't want him back on the show.
Oh, really? You tell jokes, Gary? Come on. What better way to reconvene our show than open up with one of Gary's jokes? So come on, Gary. Hit me with your best shot, the little Pat Benatar.
Like I've got to give you a little bit of Australia. You've got the chicken over there. Why did the chicken cross the road? But in Australia we have different ones. Why did the emu cross the road? He wanted to prove he wasn't a chicken. And then we've got this really dangerous thing called the dingo. Wild dogs. You know why the dingo crossed the road? He crossed why he crossed the road twice?
Why?
He's a double crosser. Yeah. No, they get worse. Don't worry,
Russell. To believe me now, they're terrible. They're terrible.
Well, that was a perfect crossover into our show, though. Open my show with my friend Gary, knock out some of his classic jokes. So, Gary, I tip my hat to you, brother.
Oh, there you go. Well, you got a hat. You can see it.
All right. Let's pick back up now, and let's talk about Too Old to Be a Rock Star. So, Gary, do me a favor. Clive, do me a favor. Stand up and show everyone your shirt.
Yeah. You have to tell me if I'm in screen. I can't see. How's that?
Yeah, good.
Look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, the next song we're going to talk about, Gary's actually wearing a shirt in which we're going to be discussing the next song. So, my friend, Clive, thank you so much, my friend. All right, so kind of tell us about the song. So, what's your place in the songwriting?
So what was the last thing you said?
Tell me more about the song, how it began.
Okay, all right. Well, actually, so it actually started when I first started Bohemian Road back in 2015, as I mentioned before. I rang my sister. I said, "Hey, I'm going to start a band," and the first thing she said to me was, "You're too old to be a rock star." And I always thought that's a good line for a song. But as time went on, I decided actually it was the name of the song. And from that whole thing, I basically took a snapshot of things that have happened in my music life. Okay, so I mentioned before our first band at 13, and a couple of other bands, and then I didn't play music for a long time. And then we started back up and writing the songs, and then sort of taking the mickey out of myself. Really, it's all meant to be humorous. It's I guess the funny side of the things that can happen in your life on the musicality side of it, I guess. Yeah. So
one of the lines is, "I guess I was skinny then and had all my own hair." There's all fun little lines. It's a typical Bohemian Road fun song. And one of the great things about it is you got an audience that have never heard it before, and halfway through the songs they're relating to the story, and they're all clapping along and singing a chorus that they've never heard before. So there's nothing better than playing original songs where people can just join in and at the end of it go, "That was a fun time."
Yeah.
It's a fun song.
Yeah. In fact, that's one of the reasons it got recorded was that we did a gig a few years ago, and there was a group of people that were there, about 8 of them, I think. They contacted me through social media and they said, "Oh, where can we get a copy of that song?" I said, "Oh, there's a couple of little sketchy sort of little videos off phones. I'll send those to you." And then the minute, of course, that we recorded it properly through a studio, sent them the links, of course, and they loved it. And, of course, who was the first people to buy 8 T-shirts? It was them, because they all love the T-shirts. So
hey, I got a question, though. So with those T-shirts, can you maybe hook us up with some T-shirts so we give them away on the radio? I love those T-shirts.
Oh, what have we got? How have we got left?
Well, we'll get something. We'll get something to you.
No, look, yeah, you leave it with us. We'll get you something for sure. Yeah.
And a sticker to put on the back of your car as well.
Well.
Oh. Now we're moving up in the world.
Oh, you got to have a sticker. You got to have a T-shirt, a sticker. No doubt about that. So look, that's the gist of that song. It's really just a funny look at my music career, and as serious or as not serious, whichever way you want to look at it. It's fun, and my sister loves the song because it's all about she started it basically. So there we go.
Gary, you want to add anything else to the song? Anything you want to share with us?
Look, it's one of those songs that it's an end of night song because you built people up, and it tells the story of Bohemian Rogue. Mentions Bohemian Rogue in it, and a few of our songs mention Bohemian Rogue in it. So it's part of the collective thing that when we do this song, it's everything you've heard is all wrapped up in this song. And come on, everybody, let's be a part of it. So it's something which I suppose it's a signature song for us.
Yeah, yes, that's the way to put it.
Before we move on to the fourth and final song, how did you guys come up with your name?
Okay, so as I said, Gary was in the band originally. Bohemian Rogue has a meaning. It's not really important, not very thing to many people, but simply put, it's two words: Bohemian. Now, when I was before I got married, you go to the minister and he interviews you and your wife and says whether he thinks you should get married or whatever. That's what happened for us anyway. And so we're having the conversation, and he looks at my future wife and says, "Look, you're a lovely young girl. You're very sensible. You're very nice." And he looked at me and says, "You're a Bohemian," right? And I just went, "Oh, okay." Pretty ignorant. I went home and said to Mum, he called me a Bohemian, and then I actually worked out what it meant. It's just, it's to do with the creative side. I was a sign writer and painter and things like that. So, and the music, I think that's what he was talking about. So that was where the Bohemian came from.
A carefree spirit.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Rogue came from one of my first jobs. I was on the road traveling around the state of Victoria and there was a group of about 7 or 8 of us that went out doing traveling. And the rest of the organisation used to call us the Rogues because they never knew where we were or what we were doing. Okay, so I just took two words from my life that had some sort of relevance, put them together, thought, does it make sense? I had to think about it for a little while, but it does. And it's a bit confusing. You got to make sure you say rogue, not other words. But it's served us well for 8 years or so. So there you go.
Awesome. All right, let's move on and discuss your final of the 4 songs you guys just released. Coastal Groove, the song. So tell me about Coastal Groove.
Yeah, look, this song's really quite interesting because the actual chord progression I played when I was a kid in different bits of songs, and I never quite put it to a finished song ever. But I had it, and I don't now. So we're from Queensland in Australia. I don't know if you heard of Noosa Beach in Queensland.
I have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So I was on holidays in Noosa, in a little apartment, and I just had my guitar with me, and I'm sitting, literally looking out over the beach at Noosa, thinking about. Gary has a combi. I've had a combi. Fortunately, I sold mine. I'm a lot richer man now. He's poorer, but and just the whole. And I'm thinking, I'm here at a coastal town, and that's so I got the whole coastal vibe, and nothing more coastal than a combi. And it was just a nice upbeat sort of holiday song, basically, is what I would call it. And came to me pretty quickly, the actual words once I started. It's just, I guess, when you're sitting back relaxed on holidays and not much to do other than have fun, pick up the guitar and away you go. Simple. So that's the backstory of that one anyway. And that's why in brackets it's called the combi song.
Awesome. Hey Gary, you have any final thoughts on that song?
Look, when Clive brought it in, and this is how we collaborate together. He's got a song with a whole lot of chords and a melody and a thing. So and I sit down and play with it, and most songs are playing a mandolin or electric mandolin, which is a bit unusual from around these parts, that it's not bluegrass for traditional America, and it's not a not Irish background. It's playing in a combination of the history of playing those sort of music and saying, well, how would coastal groove work with an electric mandolin? So when you listen to the song, it's putting in a bright cheeriness about it, and people, is that an organ? What's that? Is that what's that?
Is that a ukulele?
Well, if they say that, they have to buy me a beer. So that's the fun thing about it is, I was playing the song and picturing I'm driving around in my orange combi, and hearing the music coming through the vibe of what that song's doing. So then that's the good fun thing about what we do is, Clive's got something there, and I'm filling in gaps between the songs and the words with a bit of music, and that's what makes Bohemian Road.
Awesome. So let me ask you this, as we still continue our conversation regarding your amazing band. What are some of the highlights that you guys have right now being together? Are there any like special moments that really mean a lot to you? What are they, and why would they be so special?
Mates, I think we're good mates. We talk. We never argue about.
We do so.
We just get on and do things. For me, and I'll throw to Clive in a sec, but what we're doing at the moment is we're back in the studio again, and we've got some songs that Clive's written. We're putting together the music behind that. We might bring in a few different musos to collaborate and say, look, I think a bit of cello in the back of this might just give it a nice bit of sound. So we're creating something new and different, and it won't be like anyone else's music. And I think that's the exciting part of the journey. We roll it out onto the stage and we play it. But the other side to it is working with people like Stephen Brady and Blues Shamrock Music is saying, when this is released, who's the audience that we're aiming for? Where does it get out to? How will it get heard? Do we get back to talk to you again on the show?
Oh yeah, I've had so much fun tonight on this show. I've had so much fun. You guys are definitely coming back for part 2 and 3.
Well, we're expecting the new songs to be out in the next couple of months. So we're always more than happy to jump on board and have a chat with you, Russell. It's exciting for us too. I mean, here we are down in Australia, and it's nice to see other people around the world, listening to our music, discussing our music, and getting a bit of an idea of who Bulgaria and myself are, and where and how it comes from. So, actually, really appreciate your show and giving us the opportunity to put our best foot forward, even if we did have to have a bit of a break in the middle.
We call that the intermission time.
Well, as I said, I call that a chance to go and have a schooner of beer. But anyway, look, we are. I guess moving forward, as Gary said, we've got these new songs. Once again, now you've listened to all our songs. Those 4 songs, none of them are really the same, are they? They're not.
They're really cool. I mean, I love the sound and melody to them.
Yeah, so they might have a story to them, but the song doesn't sound like another version of another song that Bohemian Road have already done. And you'll find that with the next 2 or 3 songs that we put out, that it's the same thing. It's you can hear the storytelling or the melody, etc., but the sound is just a little bit different. So it doesn't sound like it's Outback Man was very country, as we said, and House on the Hill was country rock. I guess Too Old to Be a Rock Star is just sort of like a standard rock sort of song. And the Coastal Groove one, I kind of call it country jazz. It's got some jazz chords in there, so it's got to be jazz. Yeah, so every song has its different feel, so it doesn't sound like it sounds like another one of their songs. That's the vibe, and yeah.
So one of the other things which this evolution of music from the days of cassette tapes and album and vinyl through to Spotify and live streaming now is taking some of these songs now and through Clive and his son and the expertise of technology is putting little music videos or clips or word videos and doing something else with it so that it can be actually channeled through different mediums and the message can come through in different ways. So that's another new exciting realm for us to explore. And as we go through it, releasing music, it's actually how people can access it.
Yeah, and the creativity. See, making little videos is. I mean, I was a signwriter most of my life, and so graphics and that have always been interesting for me. And so now I've got time to do something with a purpose, i.e., take my songs and add some vision and bits and pieces to it. And yes, I do have a son who's a videographer, which helps a lot. He steers me straight, I guess, occasionally. No, don't do that. Do this. So yeah, it's a continued creativity of what music can do for us, and probably a little bit different for both of us. But for me, it's I'm writing some songs and coming up with some stories, but also the opportunity to create, as Gary said, the other side of things, like whether it's a YouTube clip or video, talking to people in America. I don't know, maybe Russell K.
He's a hero.
He's a legend.
That Russell K is a really cool guy, by the way.
So we heard. We'll let you know tomorrow after we get the results of people listening to your show. Right?
We might have to take a second intermission break on that one.
we could make you huge in Australia.
Oh yeah. Actually, you know what? I want to come to Australia. I always told Steven, you get off track here a little bit, but I always told Steven, I said, Steven, we do shows for you guys every single week. I think it's time for a bonus for the Russell K Music Dreams USA Radio our Spotlight Show. I mean, can you guys buy me a plane ticket? I want to go check out meet all the artists we've interviewed, all the really cool festivals and all that. So
wear your Bohemian Road T-shirt, and we'll get you in for free.
Hey, that'll just give me a press pass. I'm good with that too.
And maybe a schooner of beer. Hey, listen, maybe you should talk to Steve and say, get him to put all the artists together, put up a big concert, and we can all play, and you can come along and host the whole show. How's that?
All kidding aside, I mean, that's definitely something that I've really been thinking about. Yeah. We've been doing this show probably almost a year now, over a year, I want to say. And we've had some of the best times ever on these shows. I mean, as I told you earlier, when we opened up, right, we had, actually, I said this off air, Jessie Shea. She is an Australian artist as well. And she's on our Music Dreams USA Radio. And she does all the latest and greatest news updates on our station. Then we got Shauna Brown, another artist. She's a Canadian artist. And she's actually my co-host on my morning show. And she's just killing it right now. She's unbelievable. And, we have a professional basketball team that our station follows, and they're called the Buffalo Extreme. Yeah. And she's 3 now going on 4 times. She'll be singing the national anthem at the basketball games. And every time she sings the national anthem, they are 4-0 when they do it. So, I mean, one of the things I love to see, seriously, is, get all the artists together and then have us host it, stream it live. And get everyone back together again. I mean, these shows are memorable, and you meet friends for life, and people will never forget you. And one thing about our show, we support upcoming aspiring artists, and it's for a record label, Blue Shamrock Music, and Steven. We both had the same ideas, and just want to help people. We're building a dream. You're building a dream. We can build it together. So thank you for sharing that, though. I'm definitely on board for that.
It's been a great pleasure, Russell. Thank you for having us on. And thanks to Stephen, of course, from Blue Shamrock Music as well. And we'd look forward to doing anything more you'd like us to do for you, mate. Maybe
actually, I got one more request for you.
Uh-oh. Expect the unexpected. Here we go.
This one, trust me, this one is painless.
What, for you or for us?
How can our listeners are watching now, or will be watching later, how can they get in contact with you, and how can they download that amazing music?
Great question. Thank you. Yeah. So as far as downloading our music, you can actually download it via blueshamrockmusic.com. That's one way to do it. You can listen to our music via most digital streaming platforms. We much prefer people to purchase it, of course, if they could. It helps us, continue our journey of making music and getting it out there. And it's on YouTube and all those sort of things as well.
BohemianRoadMusic.com
as well. Yes, we do have our own website where you can click on and have a bit of a listen. hey, if you want to talk to us and communicate with us, we'd love to have a chat to anyone, anywhere in the world. It's just, that's part of the fun of what we do. You don't put it out there just to go, oh, that's it. You put it out there so you have. Once again, we talk to guys like Russell K. What can I say? This is the fun of it. So, that's the way to go, I guess. Yep.
All right, a few more questions, and we'll bring this to an. Unfortunately, I mean, we're having so much fun. It's like one of these interviews that you just don't want to end.
Gary, give him the joke.
We've got everything on this show tonight.
We can end the interview very quickly. Gary can tell you another joke, and we'll take it straight off air. Now, go on. Two more questions. You've got two more questions. Go.
Yeah, we got two more, and then we'll take this off air.
You say that now. Yeah.
What is the funniest thing that's ever happened to you guys on stage?
Ooh, the funniest thing.
Funniest thing. Well, I've had a guy buy a T-shirt off me on stage. Remember, he literally took the shirt off my back, because he said, "I want." It was not this one; it was a different one we had, and that was an interesting thing to have happen. Now, all these people, he goes, "Oh, what is this? We've got none left. I'll have yours." And he rips off his T-shirt, and I take off my T-shirt. We swap over T-shirts. That's a little bit unusual. What else could you think of?
Oh, look. Funny things, we get different people that come up and they want to sing with us, and Clive doesn't like that because it's our show. But there's occasionally that a few people have snuck up there and done some crazy things, and some of them are awesome, and others aren't. So I guess some of them, some of those expect the unexpected moments of that have come across. So.
I was just going to tell you, you can actually use that line whenever you want.
Quick the unexpected. You're taking ownership.
You haven't that patented yet.
You're taking
any
ownership.
Final thoughts on the show? I mean, any final thoughts you want to share with our listeners as we wind down? Again, thank you so much. You guys have been amazing, and I can't thank you enough. We've had so much fun on the show this evening. Again, special thank you to Stephen Brady with Blue Shamrock Music, with my friends, man. My friends for life, Clive. And Gary with Bohemian Rogue, man. These guys rock the house. And any final thoughts, guys? Take it away.
Gary, I'll let you go first.
Look, I love the name of the show. USA Dreams, and everything we're talking about is big dreaming. And so yeah, well done, great show. Enjoyed the time. Thank you.
Yeah, same with me. I've enjoyed every minute talking to you, Russell. It's just something nice for us to be involved with. It's part of the fun, part of the journey. And for your listeners and viewers, please have a listen to our music. And if you enjoy us, hey, let us know. Happy to have a conversation, and get more involved if you'd like, and take it from there.
Well, thank you guys so much, and it's been amazing to having you. And just one final thought for you. Yes, sure. we do accept tips.
Always. Yeah.
I remember we said that one time to Ars on the live show, and then Ars reply says, "Yeah, don't ever take wooden nickels from anybody."
we only accept $100 bills, but that's okay.
It's just easier that way.
Well, gentlemen, much success as you continue your musical journey, and it was so much fun having you guys on the show tonight. It was an amazing show, and thanks for bringing the laughs and just the memories. And we love you guys, and I was going to be there for you. And on behalf of Music Dreams, USA Radio Artist Spotlight Show, and Blue Shamrock Music, you guys take care, be safe, and thank you for making music great.
Thank you, Russell. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that brings to a close part 2 of our show. We took a little intermission break there. But again, special thank you to Bohemian Rogue.
Look out.
Oh, look at that. And we also got the guitars right there. We got the guitars as well. So thank you, gentlemen. Again, thank you to Stephen Brady and also Blue Shamrock Music. Until the next time, make sure you check us out each and every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have a new artist each and every week. Again, compliments of Blue Shamrock Music. Until the next time, it's your friend Russell K. wishing you and yours a very pleasant good evening. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week on the Russell K., Alexa, and Sean Brown Morning Show. And speaking of our morning show, these gentlemen right here, if you listen to us tomorrow morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern, we're going to open up our show with a really cool promo with these guys, and we're going to play one of their songs to kick off the Russell K, Alexa, and Shauna Brown morning show. You might make sure you tell your family and friends about us, okay? Until next time, have a wonderful night, and thank you so much for watching.